let's get started. Welcome to Sunday class and all class Facebook Live. And today I've had a lot of people ask me about how I created a background on a card that I did recently. So I thought it really is quite easy to do. So I thought I would share it today. So I will flip you over and here we go. Nice sunny day out there today. And let's pop that in there. And make sure that we are nice and straight. Just pull it out a little bit. There we go. So, just put that over. This was the card that I had put up, and I had a lot of people ask me if I could go over how to create this background. So it is quite easy, and I will show you how. So I've decided I won't do this one exactly the same. I'm going to do sort of like an underwater feel one today. So I'm actually going to be giving you the measurements in inches for this card. And I have used Thick Whisper White, and this is cut at 10 by 5 inches. And then this is cut at 4 by 4, which is the piece we're going to be working on. And this is 4 and 1/8, I think it is. Yeah, I don't work in inches very often, but I do find if I'm doing a square card, I tend to work in inches. So I'm going to be using this card. Now the colors that I'll be using is Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to put them all out here. Pool Party and Coastal Cabana. And let me just bring that round so that's a bit more light shining on there. The other colour that I've got is Balmy Blue. So, no, it's a bit of a... Great, that's better. Now I've got using daubers for all of these. Now I'll put them in front so that I don't get them confused. That one, and no, I think that might be the other way around. That's all right. So the only other thing that you need is a credit card or something like that. I'm using this really old, as you can see, look how young I look in this. This is a University of Otago ID card, but I thought it was actually a fantastic size for doing what we're doing today. So I am just repurposing this, and that is all you need, plus a circle, and I'll show you at the end how I just create some circles with that as well. So I'm going to start off with a lighter colour, the Pool Party. Now you can put as many of these in lines that I'm going to be doing as you like. So they can be as dense or spread out as you like. But the main thing to do is to cover all the white on the card when we do with this technique. So you can see that comes out quite straight line and a bit of blended colour on the other side. So I do try and start off with, as you do with all your colouring, start off with just getting the excess off that so that you don't have a big blob on your page. Now there's no set way to actually start, which corner to start, how many to do of each colour. It all is just how you want to do it, and you can come back in with a colour that you've already used. There is just your imagination really as to how much colour you pop on. So as I say, this is Pool Party, and I might just do one there, and I can always come back with some more Pool Party later if I want to, and just pop that over there. When you blend the colours together too, like we'll be coming on to Balmy Blue now, and you do create some different colours as you blend them together. Okay, so now Balmy Blue. So once again, I'm just going to tap off the excess. I start on the card and then come off. And that just gives a nice crisp line without adding any big blobs of colour, as I say. Now it is a bit long. This, I will try and go as fast as I can without obviously making a mistake. It does look complicated when you look at this. Oops, wrong one now. Oh, too busy chatting, you see. When you look at this technique, you think, gosh, that must be quite difficult. But honestly, that's why I wanted to show you. It is really quite simple to do this. And a bit more balmy blue. As I say, I am starting off with these colours, but that doesn't mean I can't come back and add some more of a colour that I would quite like. I might just do one there. So the lines can be as short or as long as you like as well. Okay, let's do a bit of Coastal Cabana. The only thing I would say is try and get your lines going in different directions. And just move out from the edge out to blend out the colour. And I'll do one here. Now I quite like the idea of doing it in these colours because I do dive, or I have been diving in the past, haven't been for ages now, but I just did one, actually I did do one to practice with these colours, and I really liked the look of it because it did remind me when you're underwater of all the dappled colours that you see when you're underwater. I thought it was absolutely perfect for that. So this is still using Coastal Cabana, and as you can see where you blend some of the colours together, it does take on a new look. It's the only trouble, I'm busy chatting and then I'll dip into the wrong one. So I hope everyone's been keeping well and managing to get in some craft time. I haven't been. My son has got a bell and, oh, hi Linda, how are you? How's your computer? Have you managed to get it working? Or dare I not ask? Should I not mention it? I hope it is working for you. Okay, so let me see. I have got a darker colour here. This is Misty Moonlight. So I will just come in here. And I'm just going to add some of these dark colours. There you go. So as I say, the main aim is to cover up all the white space on the card. And it doesn't take long. Don't ask. Sitting on the servo on the way home watching you. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, don't ask. Oh gosh. We take them so for granted. I was hoping to do this today on a new app that I've got where you can switch without having to give you guys a bit of seasickness as I switch you over from one mode of looking at me to looking at the tabletop, etc. But everyone is on the internet today, being Sunday, I guess, and I just had so much lagging that I had to go back to this way. And I so wanted to try something new today, but it isn't going to happen, unfortunately. So technology, we're out in the country, so we don't actually have fibre. We have Wi-Fi. We have Wi-Fi we have a dish on the top of our house that connects to another dish where we connect into Wi-Fi. So it isn't as good as if you had fibre in your house, that's for sure. Okay, I might go back to a bit of the lighter colour again now, the Pool Party, and just add some little bits of that. And the colours do match up and you get, as I was saying before, different blends of the colours together. And so I'm just trying to get all that white space coloured in now. And the lighter one's quite good for just creating more of a background with the... So I like to go back with this and do these last ones with the lightest colour. So I start off with the light colour and then come back at the end just to help fill in some of these gaps that I've created. There we go, and doing here. So as I say, I had a lot of people ask me about doing this. I just was worried that it actually does take up a bit of time, and I didn't want, people watching paint dry, as I say. These colours look great. Oh, thanks, Linda. Yeah, I'm trying to create like a little underwater scene. I'm going to be using the Whale Done stamp set, which I love. The DSP out of this set is just incredible. So now what you can do now towards the end, I just get my dauber and lightly, so don't pop on any blobs, obviously you don't want blobs, and just run over the white so that it is okay. So I'm just dabbing off most of the colour and just coming in just to soften that. So when you're underwater, this just really reminded me of being underwater with the light coming down, shining down, and you do get lots of prisms and different shapes and things like that. Okay, so now just to break up all the straight lines, I've actually added in some circles, and I have used the darker colour for this, the Misty Moonlight. So just go around the edge lightly, blending out as you did for the straight lines. And that really does help in just breaking up the straight lines, as I say, to give it a bit more softness. So you get my hand there now. It's amazing, you just actually apply very little amount of ink and it really does. Well, that just needs a little bit more there though. It does work so well. And I'll just do a small one there. Okay. As I think I was starting to say before, we gave our son a bell to have beside his bed in case he needed anything. Well, I'm just about ready to throw that bell away, I must admit. It is very annoying, but it's okay. Only another, well, I suppose another 6 weeks to go. He's been having some friends come over to visit, which has been absolutely lovely. We do, because we do live quite away from a school and quite rural. If we were more suburban next to a school, of course, people would just be popping in. So really do appreciate the fact that they come all the way out here to visit him. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, as I say, we're using the Whale Done suite, and because there's lots of ink on this card, I have put the stamps on the Stamparatus because I really wanted to make sure, that it got nice and inked up, really inked up well. So that's the great thing about the Stamparatus. You can go back in and re-ink more than once and make sure that you have got it in the right place. It has saved me lots of cards that I ended up having to throw away, I must admit, for the fact that I had not stamped the sentiment properly or something like that. Right, so I've just got Memento here, and I've just added a few different underwater elements, as in the turtle and the jellyfish. Now, I just wanted to see, they're not solid black. A solid black image is actually really good for this, as in the tree that I did. So I'm just going to see, might have to colour a little bit of the turtle in, just depending on what it looks like. Okay, and I will ink it up again. Just to really give it a good black image. Another thing you could do actually with this is you could do this and use some clear embossing as well, and that would also give you a very strong shiny black image. But I just thought two or three going over with the black ink will be great today. So that's nice and dark now, and so I'm just going to swap this over now, and I've got a little bit of seaweed which I'm going to pop there. Just make sure it's all in the right place. Nice ink up. There we go. And do it one more time. So it is a bit repetitive, this one, but as I say, lots of people have asked me how to do this card, so I thought, oh, well, I'll share it with you. It is a great effect. Right. Oh, excuse me. I'll turn this sideways. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh, it's really going to not go away. Tickle. Okay. I'll just add a bit more. Okay, last one. And I will pop it out of there now, because I will do the fish. I've got a little school of fish to put on as well. We'll do that separately. Right. This set just has so many beautiful stamps in it. So I've inked that up well in the hope that it comes out with a nice crisp image. Yep. With photopolymer stamps, I always find I can't press down too hard either, because they do blob out if you press down on photopolymer stamps too hard, and you get a blob instead of a nice crisp image. So I'm just making a nice big school of fish. Right. Let's start putting the rest of it together. Might just put, what I have got is some Pretty Peacock actually, and what I thought I would do is just colour that turtle in just a little bit to give it a bit more depth. I didn't want it to be too dark, so using these blends where you just pick up your ink actually works really well for this sort of thing. There we go. And the last thing I'll add to that before we start putting it together is a wink of Stella, of course. And put that a bit on the jellyfish. I don't know if this is going to stand out for you. A little bit on the fish, because of course they are always shimmery in the water as they swim by. I might just put a little bit on the seaweed, not much, and a bit on the turtle. Can't be left out. So I probably can't see that. Hopefully you can. And the other thing I'll do is put, and I don't know if I brought it over with me. Hang on, I'll just grab it. I quite like to put some dots on the circle. And I'll put 3 here. Now this is just the white marker, stamping chalk marker. And I'm just going to add 3 dots on each circle. And here. I did do on the other one black, but I thought because this was underwater that the white one will be better. Okay, let's just start putting this together. So I'm going to glue that onto the black mat. The putting together part is actually very quick. I won't stamp the inside, but I will stamp it with, actually I could do it with the fish. I was going to do it with the turtles, but I could do some fish, seeing as that stamp is on the block. And because the images are black, the black border I thought was perfect. I have done this one bigger because I wanted to fit more in, but this one here, I taped this and did this smaller and then put the sentiment on there. But because this, I had more that I sort of wanted to put into this one, I have made this one a bit bigger. And then I've just glued this onto here. As I say, putting it together is very quick and easy. Okay, let's pop that in the middle. Actually, I'll move that up just a little bit because I am going to stamp on the bottom. So the great thing about photopolymer, of course, is you can see I wouldn't do this except for the fact this is actually photopolymer. I would have popped this up on the Stamper Artist as well if I had a red rubber stamp, because you can't see if you're exactly straight. So I have to lean over, sorry. Hopefully my head's not right in the way. So not pressing down too hard, but firm enough that the sentiment comes out. My love for you is bigger than the ocean. I thought that was why I wanted to do it bigger and do an underwater sort of scene with the colours that I've used. It really does look like the prisms of light coming down, I thought. And the only other thing that I will add is, of course, some embellishments. And I think these come with this suite actually, and they are perfect for this card. Do I want a big one or do I want small ones? I might do pool party. Yeah. Oh, that one went west. Flew away. So what I like to do, I always like to pop them on my project first before I put any glue on, and then pop it on. I might put that one there, move that one up there. The self-adhesive ones, of course, are always pretty good. And yeah, well, I popped that one. I'll pop that one down there actually. And move those a bit higher up. There we go. So it sticks so well on this thing, of course it won't come off now. Great. So a little bit of glue. So I've selected the pool party ones. Oops, that's got a bit of the blue tack in there. And that one. Okay, last thing, I will stamp some fish on the inside. So once you've done the colouring, as I say, the putting together is really simple. I haven't added ribbon or anything like that because I think the colours in the background are enough for this card. So I will just use these and so obviously you don't have to use the blues, you can use any colours that you like for whatever you're making. And brilliant. Okay, so that is the turtle and the jellyfish, and this is the tree with the other colours that I used for the original card. And I have done this one here as well, which is my prototype for this one, and I used the whale, but I actually thought the whale was a little bit out of proportion with the seaweed because the seaweed was bigger than the whale, and I wasn't too happy with that, so I had changed it to the turtle. So I was really happy with the dimensions in that, a bit more than this one. But I have used the same colours, and as you can see, it turns out different every time you use it. So, and that is the beauty of these cards, the style cards. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Cindy. I hope you give it a go. Thank you so much for joining me. Please ask if you've got any questions. Please show me if you create anything with this and send it to me. I'll be absolutely happy to see it. And take care, and I will see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.